In fact, I don't think any bloke could drive that. And I think it's all of these little folding tin-top convertibles. You know, the 206cc, the Peugeot, the baby sister of that 306 that we saw.
You know, I actually sometimes think it's blokes can't have convertibles. I mean, I've got one. No, I've got one. I came out of a meeting in London the other day. It was a beautiful sunny day. I thought, I'll get the roof down, and I thought, I can't. I'm a middle-aged man with a bit of a paunch. I can't drive across London. What message am I giving out?
I think you're right.
You can't have a convertible when you're a bloke.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. I hate to interrupt, but this is quite honestly the biggest load of limp-wristed twaddle I've ever heard in all my 5 weeks in television. These two are not men, OK? This one, Richard Hammond, every morning sticks his head in a bucket of hair product. Right? He's got a dog, but it's a poodle. And I don't know what you're laughing about, Clarkson, because you won't drink brown beer. And this is the man that says flatulence, oh, it's not funny, when clearly it is, isn't it? Right. I am actually the only proper bloke on this programme, OK? I live in a tumble-down house full of old motorbikes. And I think a bloke can drive a convertible, but has to be the right one.
Look at this weather. Actually, it's a perfect day for a British sports car. And I've been waiting 30 years for this moment. Triumph TR6, at last! It's fantastic! When I was a boy and other boys were lying awake wondering how girls worked, I was lying awake thinking about the Triumph TR6. What's wrong with that?
I think this is the blokiest bloke's car ever built. I've seen women driving Ferraris and Aston Martins and MGBs and Porsche 911s and just about any sports car you care to mention, in fact. But I have never, ever seen a woman driving a TR6.
I'm afraid the TR6 is rather gender-specific, and I expect women are angry about that as well. But let me explain.
Before the TR6, Triumph sports cars had always looked a little bit feminine. They'd had soft, bosomy curves and hips. But this one was different, and there was a good reason for that. Prior to this, Triumphs were designed by an Italian bloke called Michelotti. But when it was time to do the TR6, he was too busy. So they gave the job to some Germans.
The German word for nipple is Brustwarz, breast wart. Here I feel is a nation that may be relied upon to produce a man's car.
What a squarehead, look at it. Blunt at both ends, thick set. I reckon if this car went to the lavatory, it would leave the seat up.
Look at the engine. There aren't any poncy colour-coded filler caps to stop you putting oil in the radiator. It's just a naked straight six, a proper British sports car engine, made so that blokes can own toolkits.
There isn't an ounce of womanhood anywhere on this thing.
Except the wheels. Look at this. It looks like the drum of a front-loading washing machine. Apparently.
Good job they didn't give it to a Frenchman, eh? We'd all have handbags by now. Well, we'll have no handbaggery here, thank you. You can't mince around with this like you do in a small hatchback. Once you get behind the wheel of a TR6, you realise that we chaps have been horribly misled. Look at this lot, driving executive saloons from A to B. Is this what we want? Suddenly, I can see modern manhood for what it is.
I can't believe it's taken me so long to work this out. Come on, chaps, throw away your male grooming products and get out of the post-feminist society. You're a man. This is what you want.
What a road. What a car. What a day. Oh God, have I left the iron on? Now, the day after I drove this, I did what any normal man would do. went home, bought a copy of Auto Trader, locked myself in the smallest room for about 3 hours and tried to find one for sale.
Best game in the world.
You've got a subscription, I think.
Yeah, did you give yourself a budget? You have to give yourself an imaginary budget. Right, I've got
Rather
10
too
grand.
small as it turned out, but we'll come on to that. Yeah.
Why, how much?
Well, a good one, I thought, 5 or 6 grand. Actually, 5 or 6 grand is the starting price for a half-decent one. If you want a really good one, you're looking at 10 or even 11. And for one like this, which is completely mint, who knows?
Yeah, but it is bloke-tastic, and that's second-hand Mazda MX-5 million. I think that's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.